Goddamn Franklin Richards CGI baby, holy crap, that looked terrible, y'all. Okay, now in my regular review, I couldn't spoil why the CGI looked bad, right? But I said there was something in that third act that just looked bad as CGI. And this is what I mean. This goddamn CGI baby looked terrible in the movie, y'all. And I want somebody to call me out and say it don't look bad. Please, I want one of y'all in the comment section to say the CGI baby don't look bad. That thing looked terrible. Oh my God. Like, okay, when the baby's not doing anything, it don't look bad, right? When the baby's going, wah, you know, that don't look bad. But when that baby get to kicking, moving around, it's gotta do something. Oh my God. I thought yo, what's poppin' people, Cobra Star Green, back with you guys with another video. You guys first time finding my channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button, also like the video. Yes, today is the day I can do my spoiler review for the Fantastic Four. The first steps, however you want to say it. But yes, if y'all guys haven't, I have a non-spoiler review, I have a post-credit scene talk, and now I have our full-on spoiler review for the Fantastic Four movie. So if you guys are excited, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, all that juicy stuff. But guess what? Let's go ahead and let's get right into this. Go ahead and cue that intro.
We got a problem. 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 Yeah, it's probably you. Yeah, we got a problem. We got a problem. Yeah, we got a problem. We got a problem. We got a problem.
Now let's go ahead and get into this, man. This is why I could not spoil in the non-spoiler review, but let's get into this. So the story of this Fantastic Four movie is pretty much Galactus is coming to this specific Earth because the Fantastic Four, more importantly, Reed Richards and Sue are having a baby. Now you know what the baby's name is, Franklin Richards. Y'all know the very powerful Franklin Richards. Yes, one of the most strongest comic book characters, I would say. So Galactus wants to make sure, hey, I need to eat that little muff. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much why Galactus is coming to this Earth right here. But let's go ahead and get right into the stuff that I really couldn't get into in the non-spoiler review and stuff like that. So I will say, man, I thought the cast did great. I actually got lost in a lot of their characters, like Pedro Pascal, how he played Reed Richards. I felt like he fully embodied Reed Richards in this one, because that was the biggest fear I was gonna have. Cause like, y'all know, y'all see Pedro Pascal and everything. I think he was just in Edgington, bro. This dude is literally in everything, y'all. So I'm like, all right, how is he gonna do his Reed Richards? Like I said in my other review, I think he got lost in the character. Like I really felt like he was one of the smartest people walking planet Earth. So he got me on. He got me. I think the surprising performance, I'm not gonna go too deep into this, but I think the surprising performance of the movie, I would say, came from Vanessa Kirby, Sue, right here. I thought her emotional moments really stuck with me, really hit with me, especially with her and Franklin, and pretty much how there's a whole thing going off. Like, you know how, even if you see the movie, you know, they come back, they go talk to Galactus, and they're like, yo, bro, can you chill, big bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Earth, can you not come to Earth? And Galactus is like, I'll save your Earth. You know what I'm saying? I won't even eat your Earth, but you gotta give me your son. You know, the Fantastic Four say no to that. So it was, so that makes her give those emotional attachment moments. And I thought she played those parts perfectly. But it kind of did, like, it was kind of a weird way to look at it. Cause it's like, okay, if this was real life, how would this go? How you know, them, they're gonna be like, Fantastic Four gonna be like, no, but if you're looking at it, how would you view one life over millions? I'm talking about Galactus is gonna eat the world for that one child. So how would you guys, that's the question for you guys. How would you guys have done it? If you were one of these civilians out there, how would you have done it? Because I think that Marvel actually showing like other humans and how they interacted with that and how they reacted to what was going on, I thought it was dope. Cause I was like, y'all didn't even have to do this. Y'all didn't have to add this extra layer to this movie, but y'all did. So, you know, I really did appreciate it. Next thing I'm gonna talk about, man, I'm gonna talk about Galactus in just 1 second, y'all. Juliet Garner, I said that she was great, but I felt like her character wasn't all the way written right, and now I can kind of say exactly why. So pretty much in the movie, you guys know, man, Silver Surfer, like if y'all read the comics, stuff like that, he or she always kind of turns on Galactus at some point. You know, because Galactus pretty much enslaved her pretty much and was like, or enslaved him and like, yo, you're gonna pretty much do my bidding. You know what I'm saying? So eventually the Silver Surfer always turns on Galactus. So I knew it was gonna happen again here. I just thought it was rushed on how they did it, because if you guys remember that old movie, now I know everybody hates this movie. Actually, I'm one of the people that doesn't mind the old Silver Surfer movie. I actually don't think it's as bad as people pretend or make it out to be. It does have its problems, but like I said, I don't think it's out as bad as some people say it is. But if you guys remember, they actually did the Silver Surfer a lot better in that movie, I'll say. Honestly, do you not understand how much time you actually spend with the Silver Surfer in that movie, and you completely understand his motivations, and you see a quick turn on him being like, look, I don't want to do this, but Galactus has forced me to do this. So that's why I was like, they actually wrote this Silver Surfer a lot better. Like, you spent a lot of time with the Silver Surfer. So y'all, look, now y'all seeing I'm behind the scenes. Y'all seeing, you know what I'm saying? Ignore that. But in this movie, they do it to an extent, and then they kind of just like there's a point where Johnny, I didn't even talk about Johnny real quick, but Johnny was my favorite character because Johnny's more of a pretty boy. Like, they even expressed it in the movie how he always likes to go up to girls and stuff like that, right? But in this movie, he don't really talk to a lot of girls except for her. So I kind of don't know where they get that Johnny pretty boy stuff from. I was like, because I never saw him talk to a bunch of girls in this movie, but in this movie, you know, he got a little thing for her, I guess, somewhat, but he's also trying to figure her out. And through figuring her out, we kind of get to understand her pain. So she gets that one scene where she flies back to New York. Well, actually, she destroys half of the world, or destroys some of the world, and then, or destroy the things in the world. I forgot what those things were called. And then she comes back, and Johnny plays that little tape for her, where she's like, ah, and then she just disappears again. And then she comes back to be the one to put her and Galactus in that black hole, pretty much. Or it was something, I forgot. But I was just like, I really felt like they should have gave her more screen time. I get it. Marvel wanted to make this movie under 2 hours. I already know that. I could tell, like, when they were doing this movie, like, they kind of were like, yo, director, you can kind of do whatever you want with this. Make this however you please. But I felt like there was some studio interference, being like, look, we're trying to create more showtimes for this movie, so we need it under 2 hours. So some things are gonna have to get cut. And I feel like a lot of her scenes got cut in this movie. I'm pretty sure there's a version out there where she has way more scenes. I have a good feeling about that, because that was one of the things that just felt rushed towards the end. Now, next thing, yes, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite characters, a character they freaking did right. God damn, it's been years since I've never seen him do it right, actually. But Galactus here, man, Galactus was menacing as hell, y'all. Like, holy crap. Like, it was funny. I saw some review that said Galactus wasn't that evil. I'm like, bruh, this might be one of the worst Galactuses out there, because, okay, so usually Galactus will be like, look, I don't really want to do this to y'all, but like, I kind of got to survive, you know? But this Galactus turned into Thanos at one point. You gotta remember in Thanos at Endgame, where Thanos was like, look, bro, I'm gonna enjoy destroying your planet. You know what I'm saying? You guys remember how Thanos was in Endgame. Freaking Galactus turned into the same goddamn thing. Galactus was like, look, bro, I'm gonna enjoy this one. I'm gonna enjoy eating this goddamn planet. So that just adds another level of threat to Galactus. It's not like he's like, look, bro, I don't want to do this. No, he was like, yo, I want to do this one. He's like, y'all getting on my goddamn last nerves. So that made Galactus even more menacing. So yes, Galactus was one of the best things going in the movie. It was the one thing that I was looking forward to. This has been damn near 20 years that I've been looking forward to a Galactus movie, or a Galactus done right. And we got it here, y'all. Now, this is the problem I have with Galactus. He's a god level threat, but didn't feel like it. Okay, like let's talk. I know you're mad at me. You're like, Cobra, what are you talking about? Okay, bear with me, because this is a spoiler review. So Galactus, like I said, he's a god pretty much. Like, he's taken on the Eternals, not the Eternals, the Celestials, and he's like defeated coming to Celestials or something like that. So he's a threat. He's a god-fearing threat. But in this movie, I was like, he's not stronger than that. Like, Sue pretty much solos his ass. I'm not even lying to y'all. Now I get it, because they fucked up with Sue's child. But I was like, for somebody that's a god, like, Sue got your ass. Sue soloed your ass. So that was the one thing. I mean, yes, other people kind of helped, but it was mainly Sue like effing him up pretty much. Cause she was pretty much pushing him back into that portal. But yeah, dude, Sood, I was like, that's the only thing I was kind of disappointed by somewhat, because I was like, damn, I thought Galactus would be a little bit stronger than that, but it is what it is. Now I know a big thing on Galactus is, okay, why when he had Franklin that one time did he not just eat him right there? It's cause movie plot, y'all. Movie. You can't explain it. It's just movie. I guess he wanted to go eat Franklin somewhere else. I dead don't know, y'all. I don't know that part. So another quick thing. This is a question for you guys really quickly. So how do you guys feel about Marvel always having these good endings? Because I felt like this is one of those movies where it kind of need to be a bad ending. Like maybe Galactus does eat the world and then they escape, kind of like I thought it was going to be because of the Thunderbolts post-credit scene. I felt like it probably should have went that way just because it would have added more stakes to it. But how do you guys feel that they always go with these good ending routes, or mainly go with the good ending routes? This Quantumania, I thought should have been a bad ending. You know what I'm saying? The villain wins. This one, I probably thought the villain should probably win this one too. So how do you guys feel about this? Because when they did it in Infinity War, when Thanos won, that's one of my favorite Marvel movies was Infinity War. So how do you guys feel that they always pretty much go with these good endings? Now, next thing I'm gonna talk about, yes, the CGI, it's right here. This goddamn Franklin Richards CGI baby, holy crap, that looked terrible, y'all. Okay, now in my regular review, I couldn't spoil why the CGI looked bad, right? But I said there was something in that third act that just looked bad as CGI. And this is what I mean. This goddamn CGI baby looked terrible in the movie, y'all. And I want somebody to call me out and say it don't look bad. Please, I want one of y'all in the comment section to say the CGI baby don't look bad. That thing looked terrible. Oh my God. Like, okay, when the baby's not doing anything, it don't look bad, right? When the baby's going, wah, you know, that don't look bad. But when that baby get to kicking, moving around, it's gotta do something. Oh my God. I thought the Squid Game baby looked bad. You guys remember in Squid Game season 3? Y'all remember how that baby was? This is worse. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, yo, that is, cause the Squid Game CGI baby, for a while, I couldn't tell it was CGI. I'm being real with y'all. I could not tell. This, from the first scene, I could tell that was CGI. I was like, oh my God, that looks terrible. But I guess the budget went to Galactus and freaking everybody else, cause I was like, they just didn't have nothing for this. But that was just something I was laughing at, because people I was with, they were like, why are you laughing so much? And they kind of knew why I was laughing. I was laughing at that goddamn freaking CGI baby. That baby looked freaking terrible. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Jesus Christ, that baby look awful, y'all. Bro, I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to y'all. When that baby got to kicking and moving, I'm telling y'all, that thing looked terrible. Oh my goodness. But I would say this is definitely the best Fantastic Four movie that we have gotten. I will tell you guys, and that's by far, man. All the characters I felt were done right. Oh, it's another thing that I felt like they kind of kept, because they kept it under 2 hours. Thank God this thing popped up. So Ben has a little love interest in the movie, but that don't really go nowhere. Like I said, they cut scenes. They definitely cut scenes. I know there's a longer draft here that was like 3 hours. I already know it, but Marvel said, we need to get this under 2 hours, because if you guys look, it's like right under 2 hours. So that tends to me to believe that they did some editing on this, and this is another thing that got cut, because there's actually two things that got cut with Ben. I feel like, because Ben, if you guys know him, even in the comics, Ben, since he's this big ass rock dude, he's kind of got somewhat of depression, right? So there's some scenes where he's actually looking at himself in a TV and he's kind of getting depressed, right? But they don't really go too deep into it. Like the other movies, the older ones, god damn it, but they got deep. They actually went deeper into Ben, and it made you understand Ben a lot more. It made you understand like his mental health issues, his depression that he's going through. This movie, you get a scene, that's it. And then, like I said, he has a freaking love interest in the movie, and that don't even go anywhere. Like they kind of like talk. He's like, "Hey, I want to see you," you know. And then the fight happens, and then you don't see her ever again. So I'm like, yo, come on. Can we not tie these? Come on, Marvel, I understand. Y'all only get on 2 hours. Can we not tie some of this stuff up? But I really did enjoy the Ben actor though. He was great. I think he's one of the best adaptations of Ben that I've ever seen. He might be the best adaptation of Ben. But yeah, I'll say the action did look really good. I'll talk about the post-credit scene in just a second. But the action did look really good. I think all the effects, a lot of the effects like that look good, but the CGI just looked terrible, like I said, on the baby. But as I was saying in the non-spoiler review, I was just like, this movie right here, I was like, there was things it didn't have to do that it did, and I'm so glad that they did it. Like I said, the whole how the movie just gets political, because you guys remember Sue was pretty much the one that was able to check a bunch of nations, right? She was pretty much the reason why all these nations have peace treaties, right? So when something happens when Galactus tells her, like, look, it's either your baby or the planet, and they come back and say like, oh well, he asked for too goddamn much, honestly. You see how the planet kind of goes against her for a second, you know, and then eventually they kind of got back on the same page. But yeah, I really just enjoyed those scenes. But it's crazy because like I'm actually going to see this movie again today. I'm gonna buy a ticket to go see it, and the reason why I really want to go see it again because of just how gorgeous this movie freaking looks, y'all. Oh my! I just want to stay in this world a lot longer. Like I've never watched a Marvel movie where I was like, damn, I want to be here longer. Not even just sticking with the Fantastic Four. I just want to be in this world longer. Like you have side characters that are just kind of fun. You like just the world here just looks so fun to just be in and just sit around. Like I want to just sit on like a rooftop and just be like, wow, like I want to stay here. You know, I've never felt that in a Marvel world. That's why this movie just felt so different to me. Cause just looking at it visually, it just looked freaking amazing, y'all. Visually. Now let's talk about that post-credit scene. Now I'm not Marvel. Please don't get in. I'm Marvel. This ain't my video, Marvel. This ain't my video. It's an AI video somewhat. But if you guys know the post-credit scene, the big post-credit scene was Sue pretty much walks away. Like it's her and Franklin, and then Sue walks away pretty much to go get a book for Franklin. She comes back. She's like, wait, somebody's in the room. And dun 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 dun, it's Doctor Doom. You know what I'm saying? This is not it. This is not the official thing. This is the AI. But pretty much in the scene, you don't even see Doctor Doom's face. You just see the mask like looking down. You see the mask off, and then you see whoever it is, Doctor Doom, looking at Franklin Richards. You know what I'm saying? Now, why does he want Franklin? We do not know. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that probably will be answered in Doomsday. But I was hyped when it first happened, that this whole scene happened, and then I started thinking, I'm like, this feels underwhelming. This feels like that Kang post-credit scene. You gotta remember in Ant-Man Quantumanium, where there was a bunch of Kangs, and like, that's supposed to be a huge thing, like the Council of Kangs, but then when I guess the movie was just so bad that I was like, I don't care about the Council of Kangs anymore, because they ruined the biggest Kang. But this one, I was just like, I felt like this was so rushed, because of the fact that, I'm like, I get it. First of all, I was like, how did Doctor Doom even know that Franklin's all powerful unless he was somehow there and he probably did somehow see everything. That's another thing I'll talk about in a second, but that, and then how does this all connect to Doomsday? Like I thought honestly that this would connect. I thought this would honestly connect to that Thunderbolts post-credit scene. You gotta remember the Thunderbolts post-credit scene, how there was a ship and it had the Fantastic Four on it. So I thought it would honestly connect to that, but I guess that will all connect in Doomsday pretty much. I'm just assuming, you guys, because yeah, I thought honestly, I dead ass thought it would connect to, like, as y'all see right here. I thought it would connect to this. I thought it would connect to this, but it doesn't. So we'll see what happens with that, man. And then the last thing I'll bring up, because I'm kind of going out of order. Y'all know when I do my spoiler reviews, I just kind of be talking, y'all. I'm so sorry. But the last thing, if y'all all thought freaking what's her name was gonna die, come on, y'all. I didn't think for 2 seconds she was gonna die. Not even that it's Doomsday coming up and they still need her, but just the fact that, like, we all, if you guys know the comics, you know Franklin Richards, and you know, like, hold on, let me show you guys really, really quickly. But yes, there's a part where Vanessa Kirby, God damn it. Vanessa Kirby defeats Galactus, right? Or Sue defeats Galactus, or she pushes him into the shield, right? And pretty much drains all her power and she dies. But like I said, not even for 2 seconds but I believe she was actually dead, y'all. And it's because of the fact that freaking Franklin's right there. I was like, you know how strong Franklin Richards is? I'm like, man, she's not dead at all. So for not even 2 seconds, I didn't believe she was dead, y'all. Someone next to me did. She was damn near crying. I was like, it should be all right. Cause like I said, Franklin is right there. Yeah, like I said, y'all know Franklin, y'all know. But yo, I definitely, at the end of the day, I did enjoy the movie a lot. Like I said, if I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't be going to see it again. So I'm going to see it again. I'm going to see it in the IMAX again, just because I think the best parts are to see it in IMAX because of Galactus and stuff like that. So I'm definitely going to see it again on a bigger screen. But yeah, man, I definitely think if you guys haven't seen it, check it out. If you have seen it, go see it again. You know what I'm saying? Let's make this movie make some money, y'all. But yeah, it did come with its problems, but I definitely enjoyed the whole entire cast. I think, like I said earlier, I think one of the most surprising things in this movie was our pretty boy, pretty much, freaking trying to pull his picture up real quickly. I'm trying to find a really good picture of him, but I think one of the best parts in the movie was freaking the Human Torch, and that being I'm trying to find a good picture of him. Freaking Joseph Quinn, aka the Human Torch, or Johnny, pretty much. I think some of the best moments, like I said, come from him too, because I felt like he was so out of body with his character. Because I've never seen his character really written like that. Like his character, like, look, I severely like want to help out, and this is how I can help out. So, and he does. He ends up saving the goddamn day. So yeah, man, this is one of my favorite adaptations of the Human Torch. I don't know if he's better than the Chris Evans Human Torch, just because that Human Torch I felt like was carrying movies. So he didn't really carry the movie, but I just felt like he added a lot to it. But like I said, my rating was like an 8.5 out of 10. I absolutely loved it. Up there with Superman. I got Superman and Fantastic Four like neck and neck with each other. Like if someone told me like, yo, which one would you go see again? Like you have to go see one again. I wouldn't even know. I would have to think about it. I'm like, I loved both so much. Maybe Fantastic. I don't know. It's so tough. It's so tough which one I go see again. Oh, that's the question for you guys. Which one would you go see again? If you had a choice, would you go see Superman again, or would you go see Fantastic Four again? I want to know that down below, because I deadass don't know. That's a very tough question for me. But look, y'all guys, first time following my channel, please hit the subscribe button. Also, hit the video. Tell me your thoughts, complaints, criticisms, so down below. We'll see you guys next one, man. Peace.